So our next game against the anti-meta deck is none other than our Royal Jesmon deck. Our Jesmon deck should be able to handle this deck quite easily because we aggro like crazy. We OTK a lot faster and, in my opinion, a lot better than most other decks can handle. So our next testing against anti-meta is my personal favorite, Jesmon of the format. Jesmon is such a great deck. Red finally has somewhere in home, and he got higher than me, so I will be taking second, sadly. So let's see what he can do. So I got Biohawkmon, Hawkmon, and Jesmon, Gallantmon, and a Sistermon in hand. So we are pretty solid. We can Digivolve up and not have to worry about anything. So he's gonna go and flip his beautiful Upamon up that he gets almost every single time. Then he's gonna flip into the Pulsemon. That Pulsemon is just gonna draw him a card, and then he's gonna just give me 2, which I'm completely okay with. He's got a beautiful Apemon. I flip up Budomon, Digivolve into the Guilmon, because I wanted to save the Hawkmon for when I need him the most, and that's to get me an ultimate out of this trade. I go for the Greymon, get myself something beefy here. I get the memory booster, so I decide to go memory booster on this man. So I reveal the top 1, 2, 3, 4. We can only get the Rise Greymon, and I'm completely okay with that. That's a solid bounty that I got there. So even if he can just try to choke me, I'm going to make sure I can get into my Jesmon very easily, or my Rise very easily. I don't want to worry about anything. Security check is a Sistermon Blanc. That's a very important card for me to be able to grab later. He plays down his Pulsemon, which is okay by me. You do you, and I'm gonna smack you. And I'm fine with that. So I'm debating on if he gives me 3. I'm going to play further. If he doesn't, I'm okay with this because I have outs for days. So what is he going to do? He's going to bring me to 4 and play down his TK. I'm going to draw, and I get a Volcandramon out of this deal. And that's important. So I bring up the Greymon stack. He ends up getting the War Growlmon out of that TK pull. Then I Digivolve into Volcandramon. Go to 1. I draw myself a card. And that's the thing. I was hoping to get the Rise going off, but it seems better that I didn't, because I get Volcandramon out and I get into Jesmon for free. And then I draw for Digievolution. I don't have a way of restaining, but I get to take out 3 security checks with this, which is nuts. I go for 3 security checks with the Pierce because I get to play Sistermon Blanc, so I can get a draw out of this deal. So he gains his Pierce, and he gets a big Unga Bunga with 3 security checks. He's sitting at a lovely 12, 13, plus 5. He's sitting at a 16 power level. If he has anything bigger than 16, he's fine. I'm fine. I'm not good, but if he doesn't, I'm solid. There goes TK, and Kyrie come to the board, and then he loses out on the Apemon. So this wasn't a 4 cost, and it was a free evolve. I'm like, I can go to 3 now very easily. I have Jesmon on board. Let's go. I decide to play Sistermon Nor, give him his 3, and I gain 1 memory, but he goes to 5 anyway, which is okay by me. I didn't want him getting more than that. 3 is okay by me. Anything more? He flips up Upamon and goes into Sally. Solomon is back in business. He's at 2 security though. This is not looking good for him. So he has to Digivolve his Pulsemon into Wizardmon, which fine by me. Do it. do it. I'm going to win. My Jesmon is ready, ripping and roaring to just take him out in a couple turns. So he's got 2 security. I got a pretty much big boy just ready to go. Sistermon, both Sistermons have blocker, and this Sistermon is also giving our Jesmon plus 2000 DP. So we're at 13 both turns. Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So he goes into War Growlmon on top of that Wizardmon. He's debating on what to do with it, though. Sorry about that. I was just drooling over the Jesmon. That's my bad. My board state is pretty decent at this point. I clear out 2 securities very easily. He's got to get a couple blockers in. And if I can get a Sistermon out or something like that, I'm pretty good. I just need to play a Sistermon. Or hard play a 3-drop in the middle of this, and I'm buying. Because as long as the condition is met, I don't need the Sistermon. I just need myself a Digimon to come in play. So he's debating. He decides to Digiburst out the 2 sources and minus DP kill off my Sistermon Blanc. So now there's no blockers on board. That is sad. If he can just get there, he's got it. If he can get rid of my Jesmon, he's got this. He deserves the win. But I don't think I would be in a bad spot anyway if he gets rid of my Jesmon. So he's going to go to 4. Go into Mastamon. Flip. There goes an Agu. That's sad. He gets rid of a Bushi. Then he's going to go in for that Gatomon, if I remember correctly. I draw Hatch. Nope, he goes for the 8-mon. He doesn't really have much else to go for. I go Babytomon into Huckmon. Huckmon is just a very good card. I get a Greymon off of that. I got Jesmon and I got a Sistermon out. My Jesmon's just massive at this moment. And that's the best part. Just massive. I'm gonna rotate right. Swing in. We're gonna get our Sistermon back. We're gonna draw a card out of this because why not? And we're gonna deal so much damage. His head's gonna spin. Since we played something, he's +3, +5, +2. So he's 17, 18 on his own. And then we're gonna swing in with that Nor to gain in game 1 sealed. So that's how we. Game 2, let's see what my opponent can do against this Jesmon Tyrant. Anti-meta versus Jesmon. Let's see what I can do against this deck. This deck's been kicking my butt. He flips up the Upamon and goes right into that Patamon that lets him recovery +1. My hand's actually quite decent. So he plays down the Pulsemon to draw himself a card. I get 2 Hackmons out of this. I hatch into a Gigimon from the trial deck, and then I Digivolve into Hawkmon to hopefully get some good cards. I play down Huckmon to reveal the top 5 cards of my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 2 Saviors in my hand. I don't see any benefit of getting anything more because I need the Bio. I need Bio Hawkmon, or at least something that's going to help me out in the long game. I want to bottom deck this bad boy, add these 2 to my hand, and just play another Huckmon down and go for a little dig in a little deeper. Reveal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We almost whiffed that. We finally got it. We got our champion. And I don't mind if we put the rest at the bottom of the deck. So now we have a champion ready to go for him. So he's going to have to do a lot of craziness. We got Dedicated Plan in our hand. We got Sistermon Nor Blanc. We're ready. We're ripping. We're good to go. We're Gucci. 3 Huckmons, no chill. This man's on a venture to save the digital world. Let's see what can happen. The Pulsemon's just trying to be pulsy. Just being cute. While my Huckmons are being like, I'm Huckmon. I'm gonna kill you. I love it. I love putting pressure on my opponent. He slams down War Growlmon. He is bricking a little too hard for his liking. I could promote up this Huckmon, but then I'm really taking a risk later on that I don't want to take. So I Digivolve into Biohawkmon with my Hawkmon to draw me a card. I get a Greymon out of it, which is a-okay with me. Then I'm going to Digivolve into Savior Hawkmon to... I know it would be better if I did it when it's out of there, but I can't risk it until I'm ready. So he's going to 1. I draw a card. Now I have ultimates and a champion to go into that'll prevent my opponent from like shutting me out, which I don't like when he does. So hopefully for the best here, and I mean for the best. Got Hawkmon, and Savior Hawkmon. We're solid. And we got a Pulsemon swinging into an Omnimon. Transcendent Swords that thing out of here. Then we got that War Growlmon just staring me down, ready to rip me apart. Now he goes to 2. He Digivolves into the Sakuyamon. Sakuyamon is such a great Digimon, especially in the OTK matchup, just so that it slows us down. But with my board state as is right now, I'm in an advantage of the lifetime. So I get the Monodramon. Then I Digivolve into our Savior Hawkmon, giving him 3, which is okay with me. I don't have to worry too much. Then I slam down Sistermon Nor. I bring him right to 2, which now my Hawkmons are pretty much out of minus DP range. And then I draw for the Digievolution, and I get another Monodramon. So we are looking kind of Gucci here and kind of sus at the same time. I don't know how my opponent's going to handle this at all. I'm going to be quite honest with you. I don't think he's going to be happy with me at the end of the day. Sakuyamon's just being Sakuyamon. Then he promotes that Patty up that's been sitting in the back since the beginning of the game. Then goes to 0. He's going to Digivolve it into Wizzy. Wizzy hopefully does something crazy for him. I really do want to see him come with a comeback of the century. He's only at 2. He can definitely choke me out, which I'm very nervous if he starts choking me out. But who doesn't like a little bit of a fun time, right? Geekity. So let's see what I can do about this situation I'm in. I gotta get that Savior Hawkmon out and be able to protect it just in case he goes into a War Greymon and starts just clearing out field all day. I mean, if he's got that yellow War Greymon, he's definitely gonna shut me out real quick. But if he doesn't, I'm in the better situation. Gets rid of the War Greymon with a Blinding Ray. He goes right to 2. Then he's going to choke me at 1 by Digivolving into Angelwomon, shutting down my Savior Hawkmon, which kind of makes me sad. Like, debating. Since I'm at 1 Savior Hawkmon and another Savior Hawkmon, it's really hard to get rid of both. So I'm like, this should be safe enough for me to bring out, and I shouldn't have to worry too much about what my opponent's going to do. So I played down a Bio Hawkmon, bringing him to 1. So he needs a Blinding Ray, and then he needs to be able to play the War Greymon down. So I'm kind of happy he doesn't have both. Flips up Koromon, Digivolves into Pulsemon, and then draws himself a card. I mean, simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? Right. So I'm looking down at the barrel of this, and I'm so very nervous. So that Suguyamon's gonna definitely hurt if it touches me. If we can remove it, that'll be even better. I'm hoping. So if he hits anything in my security that's worthwhile and can benefit me, if he hits a tie or a memory booster, I get a full Hawkmon, a Jesmon turn that just shuts him down real quick. So Omnimon is in the grave right now, and I'm just loving it. He can stay there, all I care. I just want to win for me. So, really excited, boys and girls. I really am. I want to definitely get that A+ here. So what is he going to be able to do? Does he have that yellow War Greymon that's going to come in and just shut me out? Or am I going to be able to shut him out and just shut him down? This is like the times I do wish I had Gravity Crusher so that I can just give him 3, but he gives me 2 instead and goes into Sakuyamon. I draw for turn. Get a Blitz Omni. I'm gonna hatch. I'm gonna Digivolve the Monodramon on top of the Babitomon. Draw me a card. So I'm hoping I got 2 Jesmons now. I'm like, yeah, well, let's not even waste time. I'm gonna give him 1. I'm gonna draw, and we're Gucci here. I'm choking him harder than me, and now with Jesmon on board state, I'm really good. So let's see what he can do to out me. So double Sukurimon. I think he tells me he drew the War Greymon right now, and he's annoyed because he's out in this situation, and his only answer is he's got to get rid of the Sistermon, and that would lower everybody else to easier handling standards. But that Jesmon is just out there for blood. So my red deck is saying I want payback for all the other decks that have been losing today to this little guy here. I don't mind of taking this win. So Sukurimon is Sukuyomon's. Double Sukurimon. What is he gonna do? I could definitely do an anime finish too. I could get Omnimon out in here and just go like, Omnimon! Transcendent Sword! So excited. This is what we live for with Digimon, boys and girls. He brings me to 7. He Wyvern's Breaths my Jesmon, because he's like, if he's got another one, I'm done for. And sadly, that 7 becomes a whopping 4. And I had the Jesmon ready. I baited him for it. I draw. I get the Dealamon. It's fine. I'm gonna rotate right. What's nice is I get to slam down a Sistermon, my choice. I'm gonna go for the draw, and he can restand because there is a Sistermon on board, and I'm gonna get 2 attacks out of this deal. So I go for the Sistermon. Going bigger is better. I don't want to lose to anything in security. Now we're at big numbers, Unga Bunga. So we get to restand 2 security checks, and that's gonna seal it, boys, because we get to clear out multiple of the security checks. 1, 2, and then we're gonna swing yet again and get to play another Sistermon because it's not once per turn, and we gain 1 memory off the Nor, aka Blanc, which will be not Blanc, but the other one, Sistermon. So we get to play Blanc down. Blanc is a blocker, and then we swing in for Biohawkmon's final attack. And that is all she wrote, boys and girls. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's videos. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!